I'm gonna just do. This is just gonna be a video that I'm literally just gonna throw up on the channel. At this, there's no editing, no nothing. I just want to talk about this. Shitty game devs. They're in the community. They're all over. Okay, they are real. Whenever you talk about a game that is going through problems, that is having difficulties, there is always a person, especially in the Payday community, that's like, but think of the devs. It drives me nuts because most of the time, I'm not even talking about the fucking devs. I'm talking about the state of the game and talking about the stupid decisions that led us here. They talk about these devs like it's the only fucking that they had no part of it, that they're an unwilling passenger. My brother in Christ, they work on the game. Like, I understand there are higher ups that make these decisions, but it takes two to tango. It drives me insane. It literally is driving me insane because I go on Twitter and what first problem, and I just see these people. Now I have actually defended Payday 2, or excuse me, Payday 3. I'm probably gonna say 2 a lot because I'm so used to 2. I even defended one of the devs on Twitter because, well, people are literally calling for his death and shit, like the Payday Twitter guy and shit, and like jail time, and I'm like, that you're dumb. Like that's just you're stupid. And it gets me very mad thinking about all these stupid people saying shit. What doesn't get me mad is people genuinely being mad at the game and genuinely being mad at the company because they released this game in this state. Payday 3 is bad. It is really fucking bad right now. It's terrible. I paid for the highest edition of the game. I have not touched the game probably since 3 weeks after launch. It is absolutely terrible right now. But no, we can't talk about the devs because somebody in Twitter said, somebody on Twitter said, think about the devs. I have. I think most of the team are wonderful people. I just think the decisions that the company has made, and I'm gonna phrase it like this: the company, because you can say, oh, but the devs haven't done anything wrong. Oh, but the higher ups, they're the bad guys. No, it takes two to tango. So I'm gonna say the company. At the end of the day, the company is what released this game. So when I say things like, oh my God, they released the game in such a shitty condition, when are they going to fix it? Oh, it's been 3 months since a fucking update. It actually hasn't. I'm being over dramatic. Payday 2 is in. I just did it. See, Payday 2. Payday 3 is in such a bad condition right now. And the devs, I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I I think at the end of the day that they are definitely trying probably their hardest to fix this right now. But the game should have never released like this. I understand that Starbreeze has had some financial troubles over the last couple years, and you can't just say no, they haven't, or that shouldn't be a part of the whole like your line of thinking here because it's directly there. They literally had to pull off a licensed fucking game because of how terrible it was. If anybody wants a question about it, it's like the Walking Dead game. People, it was dog shit. They took it down. And then they had this other game that was like set in like World War II that nobody fucking played as much. Nobody fucking played it. I'm going to be honest with you. They had to completely do restructure and they had to bring another guy back in for the company. And Payday 3 was supposed to make the money, make everything better for them. But they went back into making Payday 3, I think just playable, where they're like, okay, maybe we can make some money off this and put some more game dev into it. I have full thinking that they went into this thinking, we know the game is not ready, but we're going to use this to make the game get better and use the money to make the game better. That's what I fully fucking believe. And at that point, Just label it early access because that is exactly what Payday fucking 3 is. I mean, disagree with me. I don't care. I mean, I really don't care. Play the game if you want. Mod it up, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's not fucking done. Now, the guns feel like shit. The perk system is ass. The leveling is terrible. Stealth gameplay is pretty good, I guess. Yeah, I don't like the QR codes. I mean, that's just kind of dumb. It adds a little bit of, but once you learn the locations of them, because they kind of stay the same between difficulties, it's kind of easy. Now, I'm going to compare it to a game like Dark Tide. Dark Tide was the game I was personally invested in. I played all the alphas, all the betas. Well, what I can't even remember what it was, but I remember I got into like all the early stuff. I had to sign like forums and shit where I couldn't talk about it. I played them all. And since the beginning of, I'm comparing it to Dark Tide because it kind of has the same history as Payday 3 right now, where at the beginning it wasn't as much there. But I've seen a lot of people comparing the two. That's why I'm bringing it up mostly because I want to bring up the differences. Is that Payday, Dark Tide had a much better gameplay loop at the beginning. They had a set goal, letting you use a base set of functions in the game, like left clicking to fast attack, holding the heavy attack, blocking, and then doing a block push attack, and then dodging and perfect parrying and blocking. Like all of those things are in there. That gameplay loop was there since the beginning. And, they just had to redo all of. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. My eyes are blinking a lot. It's like 4 a.m. for me. I don't even know why I'm doing it at this time. At the beginning of Dark Tide, when there was just those original perks, when there was the original skills, they weren't the best, but you can still make builds out of them. And they made them better almost immediately, like a month after release. And the performance got immediately better after a month after release. How many months has it been since Payday 3 released? Little over a month, right? We have barely, barely gotten any fucking fixes. And guess what? I would say that it's almost been a month, but it wasn't almost fucking playable for the first fucking week of launch. It drove me fucking insane. I'm like, I'm trying to play the game. I even got to play the game early by a week. And you know what? I had fun during that week because it's brand new. I fucking, there's one thing I hate about their systems the most. The three new things, which is like grit, uh, it's speed, armor, and ammo, I think. I can't remember all three. It's three types of systems you have to keep up in the game while leveling up. There's like, it's called grit, grind, and something else. And it allows you to do different things with their perks and just general thing like a attack up and a armor up, like 10%, 10%, 10% usually. It's not fun. It feels like a chore to keep them up. At least in Payday like 2, you had so many different options. You didn't have to work on these like buffs, keeping them up every 5 seconds. Most of the best builds in the game rely on you keeping those buffs up like every 5 seconds. So you have to be an ADHD child just running around the fucking game. Meanwhile, with Dark Tide, you just had the abilities. It just gave you fucking abilities most of the time. You got hit. Oh, I got hit on Zealot. Oh, I can do more damage with Martyrdom in Dark Tide. Payday is just, it's in such a bad state right now. And it hurts me because I like Starbreeze and I want them to succeed. That's why I bought the highest edition of the game. I am just so sick. I am just so sick of seeing these companies. I've seen people just fully not say, well, you can't say that about the company. because the devs will get hurt. I'm not trying to get the devs hurt. I'm trying to relate to the company. This is fucking terrible. And it's almost at this point, I think to the Twitter Payday guy, he needs to literally say nothing. You can retweet stuff, you can retweet stuff and stuff like that, but literally just don't say anything until the actual update is out because it's hurting your reputation at this point. It's hurting Payday at this point because you guys have gone this long. And no, it's not us. We're not fucking doing anything. It's not the player's fault that this is not out. It's the company's fault. And some people are going to get mad at me for saying that. I don't give a shit. It's the fucking company's problem. At the end of the day, the devs are probably really cool. The higher ups are probably, somewhat cool. But when the company puts out a game and puts their big logo behind it, it's their problem, not mine. Me spending all my money on this game, should I be, oh, but they're trying? It's like giving in a homework like 3 months late at this point. Like they gave us a game that doesn't work for almost you can't even you couldn't even log on to it for a fucking week, an actual fucking week. That's unacceptable. That's literally unacceptable. And then you tell us to eat the slop, eat shit for a month with almost no updates. Nothing. Not even a single fucking quality of life update. I mean, give me a break. Payday 3 is not in a good state. I do not suggest buying it right now. Don't make the same mistake I did. Wait a year. Don't buy the game up until a year, or unless you hear something really good come out of it, because it is not worth it. And I worry for Starbreeze. My name is Jokesies. This has been a midnight ramble. I don't know. I'm not editing this. I'm just uploading this. I'm way too tired. And I just need to get this off my chest. I know it's a big ramble, but I don't care if anybody watches this. Probably nobody will, but yeah. My name is Jokesies. Remember to shoot for the stars. Bye bye.